Hey Taurus, happy birthday. It's your turn for the May general read. We're not going to clarify for the general reading. Reason being is because I figure if I get to do the love read, then I can do it there, you know? So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do clarifiers on that. We're going to do the past, present, future spread for you, which I read horizontally and vertically for digits, etc., etc. I didn't channel before I did this because I was watching the hockey game and the Oilers beat the LA Kings. And so the LA Kings are knocked out now officially. And the Oilers are moving on. So now if you're watching tarot, then you believe in other esoteric things more than likely. On my right side, 2 seconds. Sorry, yeah. On my right side, I'm clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant. So on my right side, when I hear ringing in my ears, that typically means that I'm getting messages from people I know that have passed on. On my left side, when I hear ringing in my ears, that typically means I'm getting messages from my spirit guides. So I'll let you know when that happens. Using the Botticelli tarot for you today. Now check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages, and the description box of the video will contain all of the information that you need to know. So let's get started, shall we? Past energy for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh wait, yeah, can't forget the twist for fairness. You gotta do that. You gotta do it. Because there will be some people who will be like, why? Oh, why? Don't you make sure that cards are in reverse or not in reverse? That's why I do that. It's a thing that I do because of Libra. So let's go. Past energy for Taurus, May. It's going to be loud outside because I live in Alberta. And Edmonton is in northern Alberta. And so everybody is taking advantage of this Saturday night. In Canada, hockey is like our national religion. So everybody's taking advantage of that. Every Saturday night during the playoffs is like St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Okay. Something happened during St. Patrick's Day for you? We have 3 that have done their thing here. Oh, 4. Normally I don't take 4, but we're going to take them. You have the 7 of Cups in the reverse. This is options, dropping options of an emotional sense, choices of a romantic nature, what have you. So it might very well be that you had options of a romantic nature that you decided that you were not going to entertain any longer. You might be looking and focusing on one choice in the recent past, whereas before you might have had multiple options. Followed by the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, feeling as if because of the lack of choice that you could have absolutely had a hit to your legacy in some way, shape, or form. We will be able to see by the surrounding cards. We also have the 8 of Cups, walking away from something that would have otherwise provided you with emotional fulfillment. Apologies on the nails. I decided to do a DIY job this time around. Just didn't have the time to go and get them done professionally. And then the 9 of Pentacles. So even though you had the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, you were just really going back to being monetarily, materialistically independent, not necessarily feeling like you had that legacy happening, but still being able to see the foundation and laying the path forward towards a legacy. It's almost as if in the past here, you dropped options and you felt as if you were leaving behind a legacy of some sort by dropping options of an emotional nature. and that you had to walk away from something that was emotionally fulfilling to you. Ditching the cups that you'd already filled up. Because of some sort of knowledge, though, I'm getting here. Because that book is there. And the book is always in the tarot. When I see that book, it always speaks to me of illumination. And so some type of knowledge that you had gained, that there might be something else out there to seek of greater emotional fulfillment. What you did find was some sort of independence, though. Almost as if you know that you're on the right path towards stability of some sort, regardless of the fact that you felt that you... I kind of feel like you dropped options, you chose an option, and it actually ended up hitting you in the sense of some type of material success. Like you thought it was going to pan out and it didn't, but it didn't just hit you in the heart, it hit you in the bank. And I don't necessarily like to pay too much credence to the Pentacles as if they're just about money, because they aren't just about money. Sorry, the train out there is clearly giving off steam, letting off steam. But it's almost as if you took a hit. There was a hit that was taken to your legacy because you decided on an option that may not have been the best option in the past. And then as a result, you had to take a walk. You walked away from something that you did initially choose. And because you walked away from it, you got back on track. Started to rebuild towards your legacy again on the 9, laying the path again. Because here we have the path, right? But you're laying the path again, trying to rebuild almost towards the legacy. What else in the past for you, Taurus? Yeah. Hangman, Piscean energy. Could have been during Pisces season, so mid-February to mid-March. The need to stand still to gain perspective, just in an attempt to try and understand things a bit better. This is a choice rather than what people think. People think with Hanged Man that they're damned to be up there, bound, if you will. However, that's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. The Hanged Man is somebody who chooses to be up there for the opportunity to gain a different viewpoint. And I think that you in the past decided to take a minute and chill so that you could understand things a bit better, see things from other people's points of view. I think it was important for you to do so, given the feeling of loss that you had over your stability. I feel like there's a sense within you that there was some loss of a material nature. But it's more than the material, because for you, I think it was also your sense of security over a situation, or your sense of security emotionally, like emotional security, not necessarily just financial security that you lost with choosing one particular option in the past. And when you chose to walk away from it, you felt a sense of stability and security that you regained. So having that Hanged Man show up shows that you had to evaluate things for yourself. You had to see things from different perspectives, figure out why it was that you chose that particular option, and why it could have been that you invested so much to the point of loss for yourself, or why you ended up losing security and stability in some manner. So a lot of, well, there's one particular tarot reader that I pay a great deal of respect to for their ability to, it's sassy Scorpion. It is. It's you know, Christina. She's really great at this stuff. She seems to have a greater understanding, a deeper understanding that she attempts to underscore into the Pentacles. And I think it's because she recognizes, and this is very true, the earth signs and how much stock is placed into, I'm just going to wander off camera here while I pick my eye, it's fine. How much stock is placed into the Pentacles. And it's very true, because the Pentacle is not just money. The Pentacle is stability. The Pentacle is safety. The Pentacle is comfort. The Pentacle is how we nurture ourselves and how we nurture each other and how we nurture the ones we love and how we keep people safe and how we know that we are taken care of and how we comfort each other and ourselves. And sometimes, although it might not necessarily be what other people would consider always correct, can also be how we express our affection for others is through the Pentacle. And so, to have lost your sense of legacy by choosing an option and dropping all others can be a great impact to you. But good on you for recognizing that even though there was something there of great feeling with the Eight of Cups, that you had to walk away. Because it's hard to walk away from things that we believe are emotionally fulfilling when we have 8 cups that are full. But then recognizing that there's a 9 and a 10 is also of great value. And recognizing that we do also need water, not just earth. Right? You seem to have capitalized on that lesson very quickly, efficiently, with that 9 following it. Rebuilding. Relaying the path towards legacy. And regaining a sense of financial independence. Not just financial independence, but also a sense of security, stability, care for yourself. Relaying the groundwork towards your legacy. And your legacy might not necessarily be, what can I leave people in a will? What is there out there that supersedes my demise? What story will people tell of me when I'm gone? Right? That's a legacy. If you ever read the 5 levels of leadership, they talk about that. The 5th level being legacy. Right? What do you teach people that supersedes your end and survives you? So you're gaining perspective in the past about all of this. You're choosing to stand still, to halt action towards new opportunities, to halt action towards the 9 of Cups, so that you can gain perspective. See, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse and we have an 8 of Cups in the upright. What's next in the past for you? Final card. For Taurus. We have 2. The Sun and the World in the reverse. So the World in reverse, unfinished business. You gained perspective and figured out you weren't done with something, or that there was a cycle that was going to repeat itself. Then the Sun, yes card, the ultimate yes card in the whole tarot. Shouldn't be up here. It should be in your present line, actually, because I only do 6 in each line. But what I'm seeing here is a yes card or a wish fulfillment of some sort. Were you wishing that somebody would come back, or that you would have an opportunity to redo something for the benefit of learning? It was so I could do it differently. It was so you could do it differently. You wanted to do something differently, so you wanted to redo. Doesn't necessarily mean that a person was coming back, but you wanted an opportunity to have the same situation come back around. Maybe not with the same person, but the same situation come back around so you could know that you learned the lesson. There's something of a wish here. It's about growth and fertility and the warmth. The warmth by Incubus. There was something about this option that you picked in the past. Not everyone hears that fucked up and cold is a line in that song. There's something about this option that you picked in the past where it wasn't yielding. It wasn't warm. There was something cold in that. You're attempting to redo something so that you can learn that not everyone here is that fucked up and cold. Remember why you came, and while you're alive, experience the warmth before you go. That's a wish of yours. Yeah, the shitty thing about coins. They're cold until you hold them in your hand forever and ever and ever and ever. Then they get warm, but they only get warm because you're clutching them in your hand so tightly. They're only warm because of the energy you put into them. You don't get anything, like the coin doesn't give you warmth. You give the coin warmth. You're seeking your son in the past after all of this, and you're attempting to learn. You want to know that the lesson isn't in vain. You want to know what the lesson is. You want the test again so that you can know that you've passed the test. But you also want to know that you can experience warmth. That you're not always the one investing. That somebody will invest in you. In the present, Taurus. They're coming out in multiples. I don't know what it is with you. 6 of Cups in the reverse with the King of Wands. So we have a long cherished, even childhood wish, or something from your past in your childhood that isn't coming to fruition right now. There's something unresolved from childhood, something deeply emotional from childhood that has to do with this option from the past. This option from the past was something that you chose because it was not involved with your childhood, or was not involved with your past. You were trying to escape your past, and so it was the option you chose because it was the most unlike what you originate from. You deviated from your path for that option. With that 10 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 6 of Cups in the reverse in the present. You deviated from your path for that particular option. You thought that it was the wise thing to do. In an attempt to reinvent yourself, perhaps, or because that's just what we do. We make large departures from our past because we've reinvented ourselves. I think that's what you attempted to do here. You attempted to reinvent yourself and show something that was a large departure from what you had always known or what you would typically have gone for. In an attempt to reinvent yourself, you deviated from your path. You're continuing to feel disconnected from some of your childhood goals and aspirations, or things that mattered to you, with that Six of Cups in the reverse in the present. There are things that matter to you that in the present you're very clearly avoiding or not necessarily addressing. We have following that the King of Wands that came out with this, which is leadership energy. It's Aries Leo that I always view with the King of Wands. There's a part of this energy here where you've taken charge. You might be an Aries, Taurus cusp individual. There's a part of you in the present that is taking charge and avoiding a part of your past, a part of your wish fulfillment from the past. Look, the Six of Cups. I'm sorry about the glare. It's dark in here. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about the wishes that we had for ourselves as children. It's about connections and emotional fulfillment that we had as young people before we grew up, before we knew any better, when we believed in magic, when we still believed in general. And the King of Wands connected to that is a leadership energy that is staving off the belief in that, or controlling that, preventing it from coming to the surface. You're preventing yourself internally from connecting with it, or you're protecting and defending, maybe even denying something that has to do with that nostalgic sense of wonderment and emotional fulfillment that comes from when you were young. When you were young. You sit there in your heartache, waiting on some beautiful boy to save you from your old ways. You pray forgiveness, watching now, here he comes. He doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but he talks like a gentleman, like you imagined when you were young. And sometimes you close your eyes. Sometimes you close your eyes and remember the place where you used to live when you were young. You're you're protecting this. But you're preventing it. And because it's in the reverse, you're not allowing it. This guy is not allowing it. So it's either you or it's a tyrannical leadership figure, this figure strongly in your life that's not allowing it, not permitting it. It's either you or somebody in your environment that is not permitting it, telling you to walk away from it, telling you to abandon it, telling you to forget it. It's not a part of your plan. It's not a part of your path. It's not a part of your legacy. Because it's directly underneath the Ten of Pentacles. It's not one of your options. It's not one of your choices. You don't have a choice. And sometimes you close your eyes and remember the place where you used to live when you were young. Moving forward. What else in the present? Coincidentally, the Killers are coming to Calgary this month. I know, because I was trying to list some festival tickets online, and I noticed that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's an offer, a peace offering, timepiece. No, that's for Paige. This is the ace, the beginning, a beginning that's not happening right now because you've chosen in the past to walk away from it, and so it's not beginning in the present. There's a beginning of sorts, a contract, an agreement, a meeting of two minds here that are holding on to the pentacle. It's not happening. You're preventing it from happening, or in the past there was a walking away from it, or somebody turned their back on it, and so it's not happening in the present. Somebody with independent energy, or they see your independent energy. You could both have independent energy because there's two people on this card. The beginning didn't begin, or the beginning in the present isn't beginning, because this 9 in the past and the 8 in the past. The 9 in the past, this person has their back turned. They're independent, they're distracted, they couldn't care less. There's a feeling somebody attempted to start something with stability and security and tried to give something of stable security and worth. Somebody attempted to offer something and a beginning of worth. And that's in the present, but it's also connected to the past. They attempted to lay a pentacle on the path for you, or wanted to contribute and wanted to be a part of, wanted to give a pentacle to start something, start a path with you. You seemed disinterested. Your back is turned. You're busy laying stones on a path towards something else completely. So they walked away. They felt your disinterest. They felt you would not permit it to move forward. This could be a leader. You could be a leader. They felt there was something preventing it. Or like an energy preventing things from moving forward. Yeah, Ace of Swords, truth. Truth. What's the truth? Our truth is that there's independence on both sides. This person also focusing. The truth is that there is focus on laying the pentacles on the path. The truth is that there's perspective required. The truth is that the present truth that is being learned on your side, fuck their side, it's about you, but the truth is that the perspective, there's a need for perspective, the need to consider other perspectives, need to consider perspective. The truth was that somebody wanted to start something of worth in the present. And they walked away because of the disinterest, preoccupation. Nobody's considering the other person's perspective. What else, Taurus? In the present. In the present, Taurus, what else? I have 2 again. There you are. There you are. The Empress. Okay. So you didn't want, or somebody didn't want you to see that. In the present, there is fertile Earth Mother energy. It's also Libra. Very creative connectedness with the Earth. Somebody who is extremely talented. Somebody who sits in their feminine energy quite stoically. In this card, I'm seeing it as very stoic. It's interesting because this Empress does not necessarily look as warm and inviting as the others do. She's looking away. She doesn't want to see the truth. She doesn't want to see the truth. She's avoiding the truth. Interesting. She doesn't want to know. The Empress does not want to know the truth. She's avoiding the truth. A very nurturing human being, but attempting to gain their own perspective. If this is you, you don't want to know the truth, and you're avoiding the truth yourself. The need to gain perspective is still here. There's a lesson that you're repeating. It's a tower. There's a shocker that's happening in the present. Something very surprising, but not necessarily negative, which is good, I guess you could say. Not necessarily negative, which, okay, that's good. Scorpio energy here. Could be Libra, Scorpio, Cusper, somebody with Libra, Scorpio in their chart. Once the perspective is gained, and once the cycle repeats itself, there's something that's very warm, very inviting, but also it's surprising that's happening in the present during May. Might very well be near when we turn to Gemini season, because it's at the end of Taurus season. It's about this truth. Is that the thing? Are you bringing about the truth even though you are trying to avoid it? Are you realizing it? Realizing the truth, and it's not necessarily as bad as you thought it was? In the future, Taurus. I don't know what any of this is. You're just going to have to put a name to it yourself. I just read the cards. What else, Taurus? Future. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, well, we got one that jumped and 3 that are flipped. So 5 of Wands. Conflict. Because of the denial over the things of the past, the nostalgia of the past, you're going to experience conflict. I haven't looked at them yet. You're going to have to heal from the conflict. There's going to be some words that might sting. With a leadership individual, somebody who has Aries or Leo in their chart, it's going to sting. It's going to be something that's going to come to a head. You're going to need some time to heal. You might actually come to a realization. You might have to confront yourself. There might be a confrontation with yourself over what you're not realizing, what you're avoiding. And you'll have to go into meditation. You'll have to go into introspection. You'll have to take respite, and you'll come out of it. That could be what you're doing right now that you're coming out of in the future about all this. But it'll only be with confronting something or somebody. Yeah. Dropping defenses. Somebody's going to have to drop their defenses. The person, the offer that did not happen in the present and the future, this person's going to have to drop their defenses. They could be the one who's doing some healing work, that's coming out of healing work and dropping their defenses in the future. To bear their truth. To stand in their power and bear their truth. Just looking at the King of the Wands. And then the Ace of Swords. to talk about this offer, to address the offer of worth, after replenishing themselves. Knight of Cups. No longer coming in with romanticized action. Somebody who retreats. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. Rather than moving forward and coming in with romantic knight in shining armor energy, it's somebody who retreats. And in the future they retreat. They shrink away from the truth. They run from the truth. Instead of running towards the truth, they run from the truth. They drop their defenses, but then they run from the truth. Because I feel, yeah. Because I feel that either, this is either you or it's somebody else. It could be you if you have water in your chart. Could be somebody else though. Pisces, Cancer energy on this. Particularly Cancer energy. I usually read the Knight of Cups as Cancerian energy. Could be, if it is you, retreating from the truth because you see that somebody walked away or had their back turned when an offer of worth was presented. Or there's avoidance of warmth, avoidance of creativity, avoidance of nurturing energy. If it's not you, then the other way around, flip the script, right? Somebody is running from the truth because they see that you walked away from something of emotional worth. Or that there was no offer or no beginning of a sense or a contract or something. And they don't necessarily, they see you as an Empress. They do. They see you as the Empress. It's too much. It's too much. They feel that the truth would be a tower if it was positive or negative. Or you do. Regardless of if it was positive or negative, it would still be a tower. Everything would come crashing down anyway. So it's better to just run and not have the offer actually come about. Because this is what I get. I get this person drops their defenses, then they run. The offer doesn't happen, but there's the truth. The healing takes place, but there's conflict. Denial over the nostalgia of the past. Even though there is the leadership energy there to take charge. Is it that this Empress energy, whether it's your energy or somebody else's energy, has the power to destroy somebody? Even if it's a tower in the reverse, the tower in the reverse is still a tower. It still falls. The beauty of the Empress is such that it would topple something or someone no matter what. No matter what the truth is. Keep going. Yeah, 2 cards left. Where are we at? 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. Well, that's too many. We'll take the 2 that are face down. Okay, 8 of Swords, mental prison. Yeah, mental prison. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to know the truth, or you don't want to know the truth because you're up in your head or they're up in their head. They're afraid. There's fear. There's fear here. The mental prison is a mentality rather than a reality. They retreat into themselves or up in their head. The power to destroy somebody. Whether it's good news or bad news, the truth is not absolution here for this person or for you. The 7 of Pentacles, so they don't invest or you don't invest. There's no investment here. There's no investment. The mental prison is keeping things on lock. Overall energy, 2 of Swords. Crossroads, impasse, blindfolded, just, no direction. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. Maybe I'm looking for any direction. 3-0. Somebody is the Fool. Somebody is the Empress. You're the Empress. Somebody has Aries in their chart. Because that's from 3-0. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. Maybe I'm looking for any direction. And that's from 3-0. Tarot card number 3. The Empress. Tarot card number 0, which isn't on the board. The Fool. Somebody is the Empress. Somebody is the Fool. You're the Empress. Somebody else is the Fool. The Fool is the person who has to strike out on the path, and they're the one who has to take the risk. They're the one who has to be adventurous. They're the one who has to put themselves out there. You just get to sit on your fucking throne and just be fertile and creative and all of these wonderful things. The other person has to consistently be the one who takes the risk. You're the Empress. They're this person. Who retreats. They don't want to know the truth because the truth is going to destroy them. No matter if it's a good truth or a bad truth, they're going to be destroyed no matter what because they're so up in their head about everything. Because they have to take the risk. They're the one who has to take the risk. And the risk is just not... They're the one who has to drop their guard. They're at conflict. They have to heal. They have to drop their guard. They have to retreat because the truth is so fucking scary. The truth is scary. Because they're in a mental prison. So they'd rather not invest in anything because right here the tower is falling no matter what. The tower is falling no matter what in the present. So even if you're warm and nurturing, you deliver a truth to somebody from a warm and nurturing standpoint in the present. But it's still shocking no matter what. I think I'm going to title this the Empress and the Fool. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I should write that down. The Empress and the Fool. Because one of you is the Fool and one of you is the Empress. And one of you has to take all the risk and the other one is creative and nurturing and warm and inviting and all of these things. And the other one is the one who has to strike out on the path and take all of the risk. And there's this uncertainty that comes with that. And retreat happens. Okay. All right. So this is where we're at because of it. Somebody wrestling with themselves. They don't know what to do. There's indecision. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. Maybe I'm looking for any direction. they're not getting any direction, and so they don't necessarily know what the hell to do. And that's a disambiguation of those specific words from that song. But the point is that that's the case. Maybe they're looking in the wrong direction, but maybe they're looking for any direction, and they don't seem to be getting any direction from you in the past, because you're looking at your pentacles trying to rebuild something that you lost. They think so they've walked away from something that they thought was going to be emotional fulfillment. In the future, it looks like there was an offer of worth that they're, you know, but it's not. The truth is here. The truth is here. There's a truth that's born here in the present, but you're not looking at it. You're not looking at it. And then there's this tower here. It could even be not even a big deal, but it's shocking no matter what, because the mental person. Okay. Let's get your magnetic poetry, because we're at 46 minutes and I'm not going to do this all night. This is becoming Ashley Dawn Watson's merry-go-round of crazy right here. That's what I call the world card in reverse. The merry-go-round of crazy, where we just keep looping over and over on the same shit over and over again, because we're not learning anything new. We're just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Nothing's changing. Looking for warmth. Okay. Somebody have a pierced tongue or something like that. Okay. All right. I don't know. Write them down, folks. Figure out what you're going to figure out. Let's find out what your affirmation should be for me. And we'll be done with this. I hate when I get things that are like frustrating because I can't put specific name to them. It's ambiguous in that it's not pinpointed. It seems like it could be a family thing or a romantic thing. There's a lot of mental energy here, a lot of creative energy here. A few romantic things on your side. The only thing that I feel is coming up from their side of a feeling nature is this. They keep charging in and then retreating, charging in and then retreating with that Knight. Because the Knight of Cups in the upright charges in and rescues somebody and does the whole poetry profession of their feelings, etc., etc., etc. Whereas if not, then it's just a chicken shit who just keeps on coming in. Maybe, not really. Maybe, not really. Ooh, you know. So it's they're scared of their own truth. They're scared to know the truth. What's your affirmation, Taurus? I am someone who makes a difference. Yeah. Well, in the context of this, I think you sure as fuck would. You would, because there's not a whole lot of talking to, there's just a lot of talking to the self happening here. Not a lot of interplay in between two human beings. It's a lot of backs turned. All right. Cool. Thanks for watching. Happy birthday. Oh my God. All right. All right. Enjoy. And maybe I'll get through everything and be able to do a love read. In which case, hopefully this isn't what comes up, because I don't want to have to do this again. And I'll get to clarify. Bye. Okay, let's take a look at your spread. There you go. Look at all that. Well, yeah. Okay. Bye, Taurus.